Hello everyone, it's your girl, Exoticals Are Trash, and this is my first video, yay! I chose this name because this channel will be solely dedicated to addressing the Exoticals, or should I say the Dusty Articles, because we all know in real life, the Exoticals are pretty damn dusty. The Exotical space is nothing but an echo chamber for these women to live out their fantasies and their dreams of being these privileged women that all unambiguous black women envy. If you're wondering why I have this face mask on, it's because a dust storm is coming, and I suggest you guys get your face mask too, because whenever we are discussing this group of women, it's important to be prepared. So like I said, they're living out their fantasies online, but in the real world, we all know the truth. And in the real world, we all know the Exoticals stay taking L's. But they need to believe these things are true to give themselves a false sense of superiority. I just feel like things have gotten a bit out of hand, and someone needs to be clapping back at the BS. Like, how are they able to talk all this mess about unambiguous black women and no one is checking them? Like, no one. And I feel like they need a huge reality check, so I'm gonna be the one to take one for the team and give it to them. So for my first video, I'm going to be discussing the exotical rage coming from the exotical space, specifically the ringleader Exoticals United, because an unambiguous black woman got a ring before their faves could. Yes, they are angry because our unambiguous black queen Normani is getting married to an unambiguous black man named DK Metcalf. DK Metcalf is a very successful NFL player, and he recently proposed to Normani. If you guys didn't know, many exoticals feel entitled to unambiguous black men, even though they accuse us of wanting their mixed light-skinned men, or should I say MLS men. We all know the desperation is the other way around typically. My unambiguous black man has stories for days. The thirst and the desperation is real. By the way, congratulations to Normani. I hope the marriage lasts forever and she has a lifetime of happiness. I hope she doesn't let the hate and the dust get to her. The reason why this bothered me so much is because Normani is probably one of the least problematic people in the industry. Like, I've never heard her say anything bad about anyone, and I've never heard anyone say anything bad about her. She's literally just out here living and minding her business. So to bully her because she got a ring and she's happy like most people are when their man proposes to them is nothing but pure jealousy. What I want to know is, why are the privileged exoticals so triggered behind this? So Exoticals United, the queen of the exoticals, made a video titled "Normani is engaged to a zesty NFL player. So is this high value black love?" I'm going to insert a couple of clips from her video and then take a lookie at what the exotical clowns are saying in her comment section. Everyone put your mask on.
Ah, shit.
Perfect introduction for someone that's full of shit. Very fitting.
I went onto DK's Instagram. It was looking quite zesty.
Whoa! What a dust storm. So Exoticals United starts off the video by saying that Normani man looks zesty. I guess because of the way he styles himself, his hair color, and apparently some of the clothing that he's worn during training. Yeah, maybe it's giving flamboyant. However, when has zestiness ever repelled a fellow exotical? You guys let me know. Like, when has zestiness ever been a deal breaker for you guys? In fact, the more zesty, the more you guys line up. Didn't the singer Tank say he likes to have his legs up in the air during sex? Tank confesses sexual preferences in radio interview. I don't mind putting my legs up. And isn't he married to a privileged mixed light-skinned exotical? Oh yeah, I mean, Normani's fiance has blue hair, but that's a far cry away from saying he likes to have his legs up in the air during sex. There's levels to zestiness, and I think we can all agree that liking your legs up in the air during sex is way more zesty than dyeing your hair blue. Exoticals United, I have a question. Is marrying a man that likes to have his legs up in the air during sex a part of privilege stacking? Is that what you guys do in the Pretty Girls Club? Yeah, I don't want to be a part of that club. No thanks, I'm good. So, just to give you guys a little background in case you didn't know, Russell Wilson and Sierra played a huge role in getting Normani and her fiance DK Metcalf together. Russell Wilson and DK Metcalf played on the same NFL team, so, they know one another. And obviously, a lot of black women are praising the fact that Russell and Sierra played matchmaker for them. So in this next clip, Exoticals United is responding to a comment a black woman made that basically said, this is why it's important to keep good company and good people around you. I took it as, and most normal people interpreted this comment as saying, this is why it's important to have good friends around you, because a good friend will go out of their way to set you up with another good person. Well, typically, if they're real friends, they will. I know I've set my friends up with good men that I've come across. That's very normal for friends to do. But Exoticals United seen things differently. So let's listen to how Exoticals United perceived this comment.
But this person says the power of keeping good company. So she's implying that because Normani hung out with Sierra and Russell Wilson, that, that's why she got her man. So that's actually very interesting because she's revealing a social climbing tactic here. She's saying that you want to stay around the types of women who are married to these high-powered MLS men, like Russell Wilson, or you want to stay around women who are in these hypergamous marriages. Because remember, I told you that we are usually their standard of dating.
Wow. 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 How are people not seeing how unhinged this woman is? And how do people take her serious? So, EU, she wasn't implying that. That's like what actually happened. Russell Wilson is friends with DK Metcalf. So, and Normani is friends with Sierra because they're both singers. So, they decided to introduce them to each other. I don't understand how you read that comment and immediately jumped to the conclusion that you did. Like, that was a reach if I've ever seen one. A far reach. So, praising someone for doing something nice for a friend is now considered wanting to socially climb. And yet she says we are the ones with hierarchy thinking. So that was your reaction to a black woman simply saying that this is why you should keep good friends around you. This is why you should keep good company around you. You perceived her saying that as her wanting to socially climb and befriend women with MLS powerful husbands. Like, how did you come to that conclusion, EU? For you to perceive that comment in the way that you did actually comes across very male-centered. I thought you were decentering men. Don't you have an entire series on decentering men? Well, we know where your mind is at. Now, on to the second part of that audio clip you just listened to. She says that MLS women are our standard of dating. Woo. Now, this is why I have to say that the exotical echo chamber has these women living in lies, fairy tales, and fallacies. She says this a lot in her other videos, and because she says it over and over and over again, she actually believes it's true, like all the other BS that she spews. There are exotical women out there with great men, but many of you leave a lot left to be desired. Most MLS women, specifically in the media, don't have enviable relationships. Sorry to burst your bubble. Then she says, we want to be able to date like light-skinned Lori Harvey. But Lori Harvey is still dating. Normani just got engaged and is about to be married. Like, who wants to be dating for years and years and years, going from guy to guy? Like, I don't find that enviable at all. Yeah, I don't want that. No, thank you. Not my inspiration. Speaking of inspirational dating, by the way, Exoticals United, isn't your mom the real exotical? Like the real unbleached light-skinned exotical who benefits from all the isms in the real world? Why is it that with your mom being the real privileged exotical, why is it that she chose a jailbird as your father? You really think unambiguous black women are envying this? You really think this is our standard of dating?
Me, and I'm a woman who came from a broken background. I had a father that was in prison.
Yeah, that was hilarious. Thanks for the laugh. And let's not even get into our favorite exotical couple, Krishan Rock and Blueface. I mean, I feel really bad for you, EU, because you're very delusional. We see these people as entertainment. It's like going to the circus and wanting to see what crazy thing will happen next. You really think we are looking at these exotical couples and thinking couple goals? Many unambiguous black women see you as entertainment, not our standard of dating. OMG, how delusional of you to think otherwise. I am very blessed to have an unambiguous black mother who gave me an unambiguous black father who was educated, successful, and that's never been to prison. My unambiguous black mother is my standard. It'll never be y'all. What a damn joke. So in this next clip, EU is going to accuse us of secretly wanting MLS men. MLS is short for mixed light skin, if you guys weren't aware, and viewing them as our standard of masculinity because we praise Russell for treating Sierra well. So here goes the clip, and then I'll share my thoughts after.
I noticed that they constantly reference Sierra and Russell Wilson. They constantly bring up how Russell Wilson bought Sierra's masters. So even though on the surface they try to humble MLS men, when they think we're not looking, they're actually secretly trying to level up to get a man like Russell Wilson.
Once again, reaching and saying things that don't correlate to the comments that she's reading. Make it make sense. Because what the heck does Russell Wilson being mixed and light skin have to do with anything? You don't think black women wouldn't be showing the same praise if a dark skinned man did the same thing? Black women praise Denzel Washington. Black women praise Morris Chestnut. Black women praise Omar Epps. Black women praise many black men that are respectful, classy, and carry themselves well all the time. This isn't anything new. Once again, you're reaching and grasping at straws. Now let's be clear here. Russell Wilson was raised by an unambiguous black woman. She's dark-skinned with a big nose. Doesn't that fit your criteria for unambiguous black woman? Aren't those the only features that make a black woman not exotic? So again, what are you talking about again? Also, Denzel, Omar, and Morris also have unambiguous black mothers. They love to claim that the men that we raise are dusty, but time and time again, the men that black women produce are the most masculine, classy, respectful, and the most revolutionary. Russell Wilson is loyal, respectful, kind, and a great father. Why wouldn't he be the standard? Why wouldn't we be praising him? Should we aim for men that like their legs in the air? Or should we seek to be a part of Nick Cannon's baby mama club? You exoticals are so inspirational. Also, Nick Cannon's mom is an exotical, by the way. Just thought I'd put that tidbit in there. So according to EU, this mixed light-skinned man that we carried, nurtured, and raised, we can't praise him for being a good husband to his wife. We should be attacking him and insulting him for being mixed and light-skinned. Once again, unhinged, delusional, crazy. And why does he have followers again? Now let's get into what EU would call the common foolery. So this first comment says, she chose poorly. I'd rather be single. Of course you would rather be single than to be engaged to a rich NFL player. Sounds like cope to me. This comment says, a lot of unambiguous black women are baby mamas, so any sort of marriage is literally treated like an act of God. LOL. It's so pathetic and weird. I just saw a video of a woman who married a serial cheater and was paying for him to do stuff, and she kept saying it was God who sent him, and that she felt the devil was attacking her marriage. They're divorced now, but it was such delusion and insanity. So I guess unambiguous black women are the only women in the world that take marriage very seriously. I guess we are the only ones who really want marriage. I guess getting engaged isn't really that big of a deal for anyone else. Or is it just not that big of a deal when an unambiguous black woman does it? It kind of reminds me of like when white tea people act like something isn't a big deal all of a sudden when a black person does it. But okay, once again, it sounds like cope. And let's be real here, we all know their fellow exoticals, John A. Aiko, Danny Lay, Coy Leroy, and many more would love to be engaged to their dusties, but unfortunately for them, their men don't want to marry them.
You look good, for sure.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you marry me?
It's in the works. Don't even trip.
Whatever.
Cause you take anything and just make it everything. I kept my phone on silent ever since you got a ring. Funny, right? And I never cheated. Not even.
I think at this point it's starting to get embarrassing. Every chance she gets on a public forum, whether it's on live or on stage, she's asking this man, when is he gonna marry?
But yeah, I guess we're the only ones who care about being engaged and getting married. The exoticals feel that Normani has moved up, and because she's got a ring, and let's be real here, a lot of exoticals in the exotical space don't have any privilege and aren't really privileged acting in real life. They're on the internet all day in their little echo chamber watching what the unambiguous black women are doing. So this engagement is causing a lot of rage inside of the exotical community. This commenter says, he is not all that. This is the best Normani could do. Just another Mr. Simone Biles. DK Metcalf is way more successful than Normani, so I'm not understanding how this is a Mr. Simone Biles situation. Once again, tell us why you're really mad. He's dusty until he dates one of us. Well, maybe because a lot of the men that you guys do date are indeed dusty. Is it a lie? Where's the lies, exoticals? This comment says, I's married now. Okay. Where's the joke? What's funny? Yep, she's about to be married. Should we strive to be forever girlfriends, dating forever and ever? I don't get it. I don't get the joke. Can y'all in my comments let me know what's so funny about this comment? Okay, so I'm gonna read one more comment and then we're just gonna go ahead and wrap up the video. So this comment says, black women don't care. They see it as a win over us. But by the way he looks, it's not a win. Good luck to her. Okay, so this comment sounds like hierarchy thinking to me. What makes you think you're so important for black women to see this as a win over you? You really think the black women congratulating Normani on her marriage are thinking about exoticals? You really think you're that important? I'm telling y'all, it's a delusional echo chamber over there. We are happy to see one of us happy. That's it and that's all. We aren't thinking about y'all. But y'all are always thinking about us, which is why you have no content or anything else to talk about without us. Okay, now let's just take some time to reflect on what we got from this comment section, ladies. Apparently, getting engaged isn't a big deal, unless you're not an unambiguous black woman. If you're not an unambiguous black woman, then getting engaged can be a big deal. Getting engaged to an NFL player that has $100 million contract also isn't a big deal. Also, by the way, he's also God-fearing. And Russell Wilson approved. So I would say that makes him a catch. When y'all, I mean, you exoticals, you just don't have a leg to stand on here. The person that made this video to begin with, she was raised by an exotical who chose a jailbird. You guys don't have a leg in this. You don't have any room to stand on. Many of you are begging your man to propose to you. So, I mean, it just feels like sour grapes. It just feels like jealousy. It's giving, I wish it was me, and I'm mad. So yeah, that's the end of the clips and comments. I'm going to spend the rest of this video just sharing some of my unfiltered thoughts. Just a warning, it may be offensive to some people, but I don't really care. So all of this exotical anger and rage because Normani got engaged kind of shows me that a lot of exoticals just have a problem with unambiguous black women in general. You don't have to actually be doing anything. They just have a problem with unambiguous black women. And exoticals, if you have a problem with unambiguous black women, you can always just form your own exotical community. And I'm not talking about on the internet, I mean in real life. Form communities with your exotical men like you did back in the day. Remember when you guys had blue vein societies? Maybe you should bring that back. No one is forcing you guys to be around us. You actually attach yourselves to us because you don't have any relevancy without us. The unambiguous black community doesn't need you at all and has never needed you. We make the music, we make the food, and contrary to what a lot of other people say, we are the ones that uphold blackness. We are the real pro-black ones. The light-skinned exoticals being the most pro-black people in the community has always been a damn lie. If you want to get an idea of what an exotical's true nature is when it comes to blackness, take a trip to Puerto Rico, Cuba, the Dominican Republic, or any other society with a predominantly mixed population. In the DR, they literally deport some of their dark-skinned Dominicans because they look like Haitians. So, not to mention, they drop the monkey word like it's nothing. So, the way that the exoticals are operating in this YouTube space shouldn't be a surprise to anyone. This is a repeated pattern amongst them. Creating hierarchies based off the isms, being delighted and celebrating the fact that a lot of people are white worshiping and will praise people with less black features. This is what the exotical movement is, if you think about it. They created a whole movement based on benefiting from anti-blackness. Black women, think long and hard before you have mixed kids. Exoticals, if you hate us, then stay away and form your own communities. Let me repeat what I just said. Exoticals, if you don't like us, form your own communities. Most unambiguous black women are perfectly happy to exist with our own men. Maybe you should do the same since you seem to have such an issue with us. Because let's keep it real. At the end of the day, we all know you never will. The average exotical woman will call herself a black sickened baddie while only having black friends, only being attached to the black community, but at the same time talking a bunch of crap about black women and feeling that they're better because of their Mexican blood. Like, how does that make sense? Why do you want to lower yourself to be around people you're supposedly better than? Is it because you're not that important without us? Unambiguous black community, these people need you more than you need them, and that's always been the case. It's about time that we stand on business. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to hearing you guys' thoughts about the rage coming from the exotical community because Normani got engaged. I did find this a bit triggering because, like I said, Normani is very unproblematic. So I don't understand the reason for the hate and bullying. If it's not jealousy, then what is it? And we can tell from the nasty comments that they're extremely bothered by her and the fact that she's happy. Like, they have no reason to be this bothered. But anyways, thank you guys for listening to my video. And if you guys enjoyed this video and want to see more from me, comment below, exotical rage. Alright, bye.